Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Anthony and Stan Van Gundy with Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at New York. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
And you know, for Boston, they are the team we expected to be here. Taking the top spot come playoff time, this is the team to beat.
Now a look at Memphis's starting group. Santi Aldama is out there with Edey. Then there's John Morant. Then it's Jalen Wells. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard position. And for the Celtics, the guard pair, it's White and Brown. Sam Hauser is out there with Tatum, and it's Vucevic in at the center. So we have the first leg of the NBA season, Greg, now behind us. The standings starting to come into shape.
Yeah, right now is when you can make sense of wins and losses. Who you play matters so much early on, but things have started here to balance out.
So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. And White slams it in.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
Pass to Edey. Here's Coward. Edey with a screen on Brown. Back to Edey. No good on that one. Great D that time from Vucevic. Tatum on the wing. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Coward. Light covering. Pass to Coward. Morant outside. Here's the teardrop. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, and Morant definitely has that floater in his arsenal.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Right the pass to Tatum. There's the three. It's good from long range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Edey. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass to Coward. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Well, it's good to see Edey show off his passing skills. The more dimensions he has to his game, the better off he'll be.
Now here's White. Last game out, he had 14. To the paint, wants to get it to Brown and does. And it's Coward with the rebound.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
To the middle, and Aldama slams it in.
Well, at nearly 7 feet, throwing it down is probably almost effortless for Aldama.
And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is John Morant, but his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you. Now you see here just how good Morant is at spotting openings, then moving the ball into them.
To the inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfectly.
And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. 3-point lead. And the dunk by Edey.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. Tonight, it's all about how they deal with the dynamic John Morant. Coach said it's simple. We cannot allow Morant to get downhill. That's it. The hard part is actually executing that game plan. Ja has so many moves. He's so quick and relentless. You can't lose track of him even for a moment. Back to you guys.
Allie, thank you so much. Now, here's Vucevic following the miss by John Morant. Inside, Wells passes to Aldama. Stolen by Tatum. Back to White. Tatum with a screen on Morant. Here's White. He gets that one. White's got 6.
Once you're inside, anything can happen. Somehow, White laid it off.
And here's Morant. Last game we saw him score 32, and he gets the bucket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Celtics trail by 3. Tatum a screen. Pass to Hauser. Outside Tatum. Hauser finds Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Here's the screen. Takes a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Tatum's got his second basket of the game.
And Tatum takes a lot of threes. And you see why, given he has this kind of accuracy.
Pass to Wells. Launches a 3 for this game. Brown outside. For the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Out to the right wing. Aldama with the ball. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
White looking around. Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Changes for Boston. Shireman's checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Derek White. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Pass to Wells. Back to Morant. Clock at 6. Shot to stop the run, and Vucevic pulls it down. Celtics leading by 5. The electric John Morant, the leader of this team, Stan. What's his focus need to be going forward?
Well, look, Kevin, I think it's pretty simple with John Morant. We know how good he is. Can he keep himself on the floor on a consistent basis, which for Ja means staying healthy and staying out of trouble. If he can do that, there's no question about his ability or his ability to lead this team.
And here are the Grizzlies now. After the basket by Boston, here's Edey, and the dunk by Edey.
Well, we know all about Morant's unreal athleticism, but his vision is what really sets him apart.
Pritchard against Morant. Outside Tatum. Down low, here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Yeah, just powerful stuff from Vucevic.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. 7-point differential. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
Yeah, look, turnovers hurt you in 2 ways. You lose the possession on offense, and defensively, giveaways normally lead to easy points for your opponents.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Out left to the wing. Here's Wells. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Vucevic.
Well, the threat of Ja scoring really opens up the opportunity for assists.
Both teams will make substitutions. The free throw drops for Wells. And staying on defense, the Celtics content to play the percentages.
Yeah, look, the Celtics want to deny threes, free throws, and layups. If you beat them shooting two-point jump shots, they'll live with it. But can they force more turnovers?
Here's Spencer. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. There's Jackson with the three. Boston leading by 6. .103 left here in the opening quarter. It's White on the wing. Clock at 4. This one for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. They play the clock right. They can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Well, quick shot there, and it's off target.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Pass to White. Launches it. The three-pointer is right on target. White's got 9.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's Jackson with the 3. And Chinaman pulls it down. Boston's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Jackson looking it over. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Celtics lead by 11. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Celtics.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Pritchard and White are their guards. And it's Queta in at the 5 down low. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Walsh. He's covered by Clark.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Jerome with it. He's covered by Pritchard. Here's Clark. Still scoreless. Here's Jerome. A three-pointer. off the mark.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Pass to Cada. It's Clark with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, in an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie. Sam Hauser's checked in for the Celtics. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. If you look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yes, certainly. Nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Outside, White. Boston again missing. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Spencer, the pass to Jerome. To Clark. Here's the drive, and he banks in the layup. Clark's got his second basket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Inside, here's White. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. In for Boston. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. In 4th, the Celtics.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Now here's Jackson. Hasn't made one yet. Tips it. And Clark is right there.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Morant against Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Back to Tatum.
Good flush by Tatum. What a move by Tatum. Finishing strong at the rim.
At one time, pretty much just a three-point specialist, Sam Hauser, coach, is now cranking up the defense.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can come into the league and maybe carve out a niche with just one skill. But usually what you have to do is take that one skill and build on it so that you can be a consistent rotation player. Sam Hauser has done that, and as you said, he's added the defense to his shooting ability.
Now, here's Clark. He's got 7. Here's Morant. And Tatum pulls it down. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Pritchard against Morant. Tatum looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Up against it inside. Tatum fights through. Hatchets his way to the rack.
Well, Tatum's size playing a factor there near the bucket.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Checked in for Derek White. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Zach Edey, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. And Santi Aldama is subbed in for G.G. Jackson. To the left side wing. Here's Wells, and the layup is good. Wells has got 7 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
They set the pick to the middle. Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Up top, Morant. He's covered by Pritchard. Morant against Pritchard. That's him, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Morant.
Well, that's Morant always applying the pressure.
Hey, Stan, how about the Boston Celtics? Back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Well, Kevin, winning 50 is a great season. 60 wins is simply incredible. We have lots of regular seasons where no team wins 60. Credit Joe Mazzulla, his staff, and players for keeping this thing rolling.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And the free throw, no good. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented, different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
Now, here's Brown. An 11-point game for him in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Well, he also did a good job of making plays for others. What a performance from him.
Pass to Edey. Pritchard against Morant. Rebound Boston. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Celtics leading by 4. Now Pritchard. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Philadelphia.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. There's a screen by Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
And look at how well Aldama moves. Setting the screen, but then quickly moving into scoring position.
To the inside. And the dunk by Tatum.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Here's Coward. His last outing, he had 18 points. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Vucevic checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard.
Substitutions for the Celtics. Nikola Vucevic.
1:53 left here in the second. Edey finds well. Morant against White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Morant missing.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Now here's White. He's got 11. And here's Brown outside. Edey with the rebound. To the paint. Here's Coward. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Brown. Outside, White. Fires away from way outside. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Morant. In the center of things, Morant.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
The screen from Brown. Tatum kicks to Vucevic. Drains the three-pointer. Vucevic has got 7 points.
Coming into this league, Vucevic didn't have this shot. Now, you've got to respect him from deep.
Pass to Edey. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Celtics leading by 7. Here's White driving inside. Scores off the crossover. White's got 4 this quarter.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
White against Morant. Great D that time from Vucevic. And so it's Boston. Ahead by 9 is the...
For most of the half, we were really good defensively. We let our foot off the gas a little bit, so we got to do a better job.
Keep the pedal to the metal, guys.
Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
Thanks for tuning in. With half the game in the books, a bit of ground to make up for the Memphis Grizzlies.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
You like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. Now it's time to check in on how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
The young guys are playing well, but it's a long season. There's something called the rookie wall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which players hit that wall and which ones knock it over. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Celtics leading by 9. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama is out there with Wells. Then there's Edey. Then there's John Morant. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard. Hauser misses. And for Memphis, they're shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Edey with a screen on Brown. And the dunk by Edey.
Well, Edey's a good man to have in the pick and roll. A big, strong guy who relishes contact.
The screen from Brown. Right the pass to Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. I know some would classify Derek White as underrated. Stan, what's your read on him?
Well, Kevin, I would say he was underrated for a long time, but now I think we've all gotten smarter, and we all realize Derek White is one of the best guards in this league, period. I don't think he's underrated anymore, and I just think it took us a long time to catch up with how good he is.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, Kevin. John Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Back over to you, Kevin.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Here's White, following the score by Memphis. Outside, Tatum. Ah, there's Tatum's range on display.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half, and looking confident.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Coward. To the wing on the left. Here's Aldama. Pass to Coward. Morant outside. Edey with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Tatum setting the pick for Brown. Outside Tatum. 4 on the shot clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston, they hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum.
And when you look at Boston, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isola. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Here now to see the numbers for Jason Tatum.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
On defense, the Celtics leading by 12. Pass to Edey. Here's Coward. He's covered by Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Morant, that's for 2. And another miss by Memphis. Boston leading by 12. And here's Gonzalez. Off target from outside. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Morant with it. He's got 8. Morant pulleys his way inside.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Round the pass to Gonzalez. Now here's Tatum. Here's the 3. Got it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
The Grizzlies trail by 13. Morant outside. Pass to Wells. Now Edey. Vucevic defending. Coward. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Coward's got 7 points in the game. The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Outside, Gonzalez lets it go with the 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Morant outside. Wells sets the pick for Morant. Off target from 3-point range. Boston leading by 10. And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Islo to head their program. Stan after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe, now trying his hand in the best league on the planet.
And so it's Memphis with it after the basket by Boston. Pass to Aldama. Now Wells. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Now here's Morant for 3. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
So both teams changing it up here.
Well, with Zach Edey, it's about more than his 7'4" size. Skills will develop, his timing will improve, but he's already got the physical foundation of a great player.
Now here's White. 13 points in the game. Good on the triple.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Pass to Coward. A floater. Good work there as it goes. Coward's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Pritchard. Scoreless thus far. Vucevic a screen on Jerome. Got a piece of it. Jerome with the steal. Here's Coward. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Brown outside. Wells with the steal. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Jerome.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
They got to keep looking for fast break scores to even this game up.
Now here's Brown. He's got 7. Sinks the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Wells. 9 points in the game so far. Over Brown. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Brown the pass to Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
Well, just another night in the office for Jason Tatum. We've come to expect big games from him. He is that special.
Jerome with it. He's picked up by White. And it's sent back by White. Here's Tatum. It's tipped. And they'll get another chance. Back to Pritchard. A three ball. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Pritchard's got the lead up to 14 now for Boston. A minute 50 left in the third. Quarter. Pass to Aldama. Back to Jerome. Knocks down the three ball. Jerome's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. Number one, the Celtics.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate.
White against Morant. White, good. White's got 18 points in the game.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Jackson. His scoring average sitting at 15 points a game right now. That's a pretty sizable contribution.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Morant. He's around 30 points per clip, 7 assists and 2 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. Celtics leading by 12. Here's Shireman. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Pass to Walsh. That three off the mark. Memphis has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. 40 seconds left to play in the third. It's rebounded by Memphis. Clark's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pritchard against Morant. Morant takes off. No one near as Jerome lets it go. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Now White, 18 points for him. Pass to Walsh. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Walsh has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Boston Celtics. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Cato. Then there's Sam Hauser. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Shireman in at the 2. That's the Boston 5.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Here's Pritchard. Tatum on the wing. Pass to Hauser. Pritchard from outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And a quick look at how the Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll take on Evan Mobley and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that matchup with the Kings, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Clark, and slam dunk by Clark.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Tatum on the wing. Stolen by Jackson. Back to Jerome. The tray. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got it back down to single digits for the Grizzlies.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways.
Spencer, the pass to Jackson. No good with the triple.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Morant. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest. Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Now here's Morant. Unloads from 13, and that one is good.
Yeah, a lot of guys now are not comfortable in that mid-range area, but Morant is. He'll take that shot when it's there.
And again, it's Boston converting.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Morant. The rebound by Cato. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pritchard from outside. Offensive rebound. Cato, the pass to Hauser. The three from Tatum. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Morant dishes to Jackson. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Hauser. Celtics leading by 11. Pass to Tatum. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Morant surveying the D. Jackson has the open look. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured. wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Grizzlies on defense. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Brown on the drive. It's stolen. Here's Coward. He's covered by Brown. To the middle. Here's Aldama. Hits the jump hook.
Well, Aldama's size makes attacking from right under the hoop an easy option.
Shireman, good.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Now here's Morant. Pass to Edey. Here's Coward. Back to Edey. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
And here is Brown. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Coward. The shot that time, not on target. Some solid defense from Brown.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Vucevic against Edey. Shot clock at 6. It's sent back by Edey.
Well, with that reach, Edey makes guarding the restricted area look effortless.
Celtics leading by 5. White finds Brown. Outside, White. Pass to Shireman. And here's Vucevic. He's defended by Edey. And it's Vucevic missing. The Grizzlies trail by 5. And there's the dunk.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him now.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. They've led by as many as 14 points. And here is Tatum. 6 to shoot. Left side, Brown. And the shot goes in.
Well, Brown sees himself as a leader on this team, and he can come up with big points when they need him to.
Here's Coward. He's covered by Brown. Morant. No good on the layup. Celtics leading by 5. The free pass leads him right to the rack.
I mean, what a player Jaylen Brown has become. My goodness.
Up top, Morant. Light covering.
First team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Morant. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6.
Well, the word dynamic really only scratches the surface with Ja Morant. The way he moves, his speed, it's all just on another level.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Well, you never want to leave points at the line, especially when you're down late.
Inside, Tatum finds the juice.
Yeah, Tatum can be pretty slick with his dribble moves, putting the defense off balance.
Now Edey. Here's Coward. Edey a screen. 6 on the shot clock. .11 left in the fourth quarter of this one. White against Morant. Another chance.
Some guards are absolutely fearless working inside, and Morant very high on that list.
Shooting for Memphis, Morant. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. Both free throws good from Morant.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Defended by Aldama. The 3 doesn't go. And the Grizzlies with possession. 41 seconds left in the game. Now Edey. Oh, that was a two-hander.
Well, when Edey gets on a roll, it's hard to stop all 7'4" of him. He's been fantastic tonight scoring.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
Well, this is when you really need to maintain your focus.
At the line for 2, Jaylen Brown.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line. Converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
Timeout called by Coach Iserlohn. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
On defense, how valuable is White? He's a guard who can protect the rim.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Well, White is such a well-rounded player. He can run the offense, act as an off-ball threat, he sets screens, and he's an all-defensive team-level player. He checks a lot of boxes.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest, this game's over.
Here's Brown, and now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line, Derek White. At the line for 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that increases their lead to 6. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're trailing by 6. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
Aldama with the ball. No good from 3. And they go to the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for 2, Derek White.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step of becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
So let's go courtside, where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game, Allie.
Thanks, Jason. This team is on a roll. Plenty of energy on the sidelines. How much fun are you having out there?
Winning is fun. Hopefully we can keep it up, especially at home. We don't want to let our fans down. We got the best fans in the league. They give us all the energy in the world. So, we appreciate that.
Doing it for the fans. Thanks, Jason.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.